Just thinking about our new mom, Outlook. All of a sudden she is going to grow up. Isn't she?
Well, yes. I mean probably. Should we roll to see what sort of mom she will be? I know that we like to give chaos its say in our stories, but, do you know? When we have a little baby involved, it just doesn't seem right to just roll a die and leave stuff to chance.
Hello and how are you? This is Wild Art Fly Free, where we are all about creativity. It's good to have you along. We are building a fantasy world out of stories and, well, to be really honest with you, we can use all the help that we can get. It's sort of hard to build a fantasy world out of stories, but it is fun. In today's video, Bunny and Turtle are doing some 3D modeling using the free software named Blender. Note that this is not a tutorial and we aren't going to explain the Blender stuff, but it is kind of interesting to watch. What Turtle and Bunny will be talking about, well, they don't want me to spoil their talk, but it involves the topic of how to make a baby. But, don't worry. There is nothing very naughty going on. At least, nothing very naughty that we are going to show or talk about. Anywho, keep in mind that the baby will need a name, so we would love to hear your suggestions. And with that, now there is this.
Okay, Turtle.
Hello. Welcome to our video about how we make a baby. I am Turtle and I am here with my friend and co-worker, Bunny.
Thank you for the introduction, but now I think that I need to disappoint some of our audience. We may have misled you with our title. Sorry.
Well, Bunny, what are you suggesting that we might have been suggesting? We are narrating our video about how we make a baby. That's clear enough, isn't it?
Ha, ha. Yes, Turtle. But, just to be sure everyone knows clearly what we will be doing when we make our baby. The baby that we are making is going to be a Blender model. A 3D piece of art.
Well, okay, but, well, if anyone wants to think racy thoughts about how a turtle and a bunny might make a bunny, well, they might still be thinking those thoughts. But, okay, just know that Blender is 3D modeling and animation software, and well, to be quite honest, it is what made us what we are. And today, we will show you the screen captures of us using Blender to make a baby.
That's right, and if you like this sort of thing, we have made a couple of other videos showing how we made the mouse person named Lineally. There should be links to the video around somewhere. But, we have lots of videos, so if you like what we are doing and want to see more, well, just click on our YouTube channel button and have a look at our playlist.
Also, we should also make it clear that we aren't trying to show you how to use Blender here. If you haven't seen this sort of artwork before, well, this can give you some sense of what 3D modeling and animation is about. And, even if you aren't really interested in that part, well, just be assured that Bunny will be here to keep you entertained with her commentary. We will be talking about what sort of person our new baby might grow up to be, and other things about the world we are building.
So Turtle, Do you want to explain? Or do you want me to? This isn't maybe the best way to make a baby, is it? I mean, well, even if you want to make a baby using Blender, this is probably not how you would start? Is it?
No. And good point. A lot of times we would start from nothing. As we did when we built lineally. Do you remember? We drew some plans using 2D software. Sort of like blueprints. Then we used the 2D plan blueprints to build our mouse person model.
Yes. And it worked really well. So now, why are we starting with our model of Outlug? She is supposed to be the baby's mom. This isn't what happens to a goblin when she gets pregnant? Is it?
Well, maybe. But, I just thought that it might be quicker to change our existing model to make a goblin who is younger. I mean, I think that we did a really good job for the mom, Outlug. So, if we make Outlug look young enough, then with a few changes, we could have what Outlug's baby might look like. It's worth a try. I mean, if it doesn't work out, we can always go back to designing a new baby goblin from scratch.
Yes. I see. And, we do like to try new things here. So, I guess then, we need to ask. What is the difference between a mom goblin and a baby goblin? I know that the baby would be smaller. I mean, I hope that the baby would be smaller than the mom.
Yes, Bunny, of course you are right. Baby goblins are smaller than mommy goblins. But, you know that. And you know that just shrinking Outlug wouldn't make her look like a baby. She would just look like a tiny Outlug. But, I know that babies have small bodies compared to their heads. And they have big eyes and small noses. Relatively speaking.
Yes, turtle. Big heads and short cute little arms and legs, but big hands and feet.
Yes. Big compared to the arms and legs. I mean, baby goblins and other human types have some very awkward offspring, don't they?
Well, so do turtles, and for that matter, so do bunnies. And I think that the word is cute, rather than awkward. Don't you think?
Yes. Babies are cute. That's the feeling that we have built into us to keep us from just squashing them out of frustration. Nature makes us say oh ah woo and ah woo. For what is really just a wiggling screeching mess of stressors?
Really? Turtle? Well, I guess that turtle babies are a lot more independent than baby bunnies. Are you saying that you aren't affected by the cuteness?
Well, okay I am. I don't know if I feel it as much as you do, but I don't want to squish the little buggers, anyway. Did you know that some reptiles do take care of their babies? Crocodiles do. They stay and protect the nest and even stay with the babies for a while.
Really? I didn't know that. Well, that's good then. Very lepus of you.
Did you just call me, lepus?
It means like a rabbit. I think.
Is that good?
Ha. Yes, turtle. You know that you're the best. And you are great hopper. Just lower and slower.
Thanks, Bunny. I love you too. So, I guess it really is appropriate that we are making a baby together.
Ha! Yes, it is all that I have ever wished for.
So, Bunny, what sort of person do you think our little baby goblin will grow into? Her mom is bossy and adventurous. Will the daughter be like her mom? Or, will she grow up to be like her dad? X is friendly and supportive. Is a person an equal mix of each of her parents? Or, are there other influences that make you who you are?
Well, Turtle. Are you a copy of your parents? I really don't think that I am. Okay, I did get some bits of myself from my parents. It's probably why I'm a rabbit and not a tortoise. I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. But, anyway. Maybe a baby gets at least some of themselves from random chaos. Well, maybe. We say that creativity is the path from chaos to perfection. Well, maybe nature or whatever is in charge of who babies become is like that. Maybe growing up is a creative process. What do you think? Are we all just part of a creative process?
Okay, that's philosophical, isn't it? But, I will agree that probably each person has parts of ourselves that didn't come from our parents. And, not just because of how we were raised or if we got bumped on the head when we were young. Some people have different color eyes or skin from either of their parents. So, yes, I guess you are right. There is a certain amount of randomness in making a baby. Even in the same family, there are some smaller turtles and some bigger turtles. Some are even smaller or bigger than either of their parents.
Are you like your parents, Turtle? What sort of things are different about you?
Well, I think that the biggest difference about me is that I am willing to work with you. No, I am only partly kidding, but I really don't think that either of my parents would want to work at a YouTube channel that is so dedicated to randomness and chaos. But, I sort of like it. It keeps me awake and alert.
You don't stay awake all the time? Do you? You do get some sleep?
Oh, no. I mean, working here keeps me awake while I'm working here. When I am ready to go to sleep, I just keep a sign inside my shell that says, "No chaos allowed."
Really? Turtle? You have signs inside your shell?
Bunny, you don't really think that turtle shells work that way? Do you? You do know that my shell is part of who I am? If I really had a sign inside of my shell, it would be inside of me.
Sorry, Turtle, but you said it. You need a sign to hold up whenever you make a joke. Then I would understand.
Okay. Bunny. No worries. I will get right on that. Bunny. You know how Owl was talking? About how a tree is our symbol for creativity.
Yes, of course. We start at the roots that are all about chaos. But then we go up the trunk, like that's a path out of chaos. And we go up the tree to the perfect place. And that's where the tree explodes. And we get all the branches. That's tree perfection exploding.
Yes. We get all the branches and also the flowers and even the fruit. Okay. But, inside each tree fruit we get a seed. You know?
Yes. The tree grows up to the perfect tree spot and then it explodes. And then we get all the flowers and fruit and the seeds. And, then each seed starts new roots and it all starts over again with chaos. It's a cool metaphor. And of course, everyone likes trees. No one likes snakes, but we all like trees. Anyway, Turtle. Did you have something else about the tree symbol?
Well, I was just thinking about trees and families. We get family trees. That's a family, but not just for large plants. People have their own family trees. But family trees are upside down, aren't they? The roots of the tree is the ancestors. But the ancestors are shown at the top of the tree. And the children are shown at the bottom of the tree.
Are you sure? Turtle. I think I might have seen family trees with the offspring above and the ancestors down below. But no. I'm sure you are right. Except that most family trees only show the ancestors, so that's the top of the tree. If you made a chart that showed all your ancestors, it would just be the roots of the tree. Like you said. And the tree would be. I mean, it would look like a tree that was chopped down, wouldn't it? I mean, with the ancestor roots below, but then just stopping when they come together to where you are.
Yes. I think that I see what you mean. And, yes. Most family trees just show the ancestors to a single person. Okay. You're right. If we showed just the roots and then there is you sticking out of the ground. No. It wouldn't look right. Good point.
No. Turtle. Your point about the tree being upside down is a good point too. If we start with the oldest ancestors, and then we move forward in time, then, most charts go up or to the right. Having time go from the top to the bottom does seem backwards. I guess that, if we continued the tree to include the children and their children so that we had both the top and the bottom of a tree, well, then the tree would definitely be upside down.
Except if we started the grandparents at the bottom of the tree, people would get confused. Everyone expects a family tree to have the greatest of the grandparents at the top. So, if we were to make a tree showing both the children and the ancestors, which way up should it be?
Well, Turtle. You know how much that I hate to tell you this, but I really do not know.
Fair enough, Bunny. I guess it would be best if we never draw a family tree and agree never to mention this topic again.
Agreed. So, Turtle. Do you ever feel like you are turning into your dad? I mean, sometimes I think that I am turning into my mother. you know. Sometimes I hear her voice when I say something that she would have said. Do you ever feel like that?
Um. Oh yes. Um. Just a little while ago, when I was talking about how babies are stressors. That was my dad talking for sure. But, I feel even more like that when my shell is feeling stiff. Oh, and also, my dad used to say, um, a lot. Every once in a while, I catch myself saying So, that's when I know I am my dad's hatchling for sure.
You catch yourself saying I wouldn't have guessed. Anyway, I was just thinking about our new mom, Outlug. All of a sudden she is going to grow up. Isn't she?
Well, yes. I mean probably. Should we roll to see what sort of mom she will be? Um. I know that we like to give chaos its say in our stories, but, do you know? When we have a little baby involved, it just doesn't seem right to just roll a die and leave stuff to chance. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yes. It's interesting, isn't it? I mean, it explains maybe why grown-ups, or especially parents, are like how they are. There's no more playground for the mom and the dad. At least not to play in, is there? When the mom is at the playground, all she sees are the hazards and the risks.
Yes. I see what you mean. Outlug was just doing adolescent things, and thinking about what sort of adult she wants to be. Now, suddenly, she gets together with Eeks and now, her choices are gone. I think I see why babies need to be so cute. It's their only chance, isn't it?
Well, that's certainly something to think about. I guess, the dad, Eeks, wouldn't have such a shock. He was working at being a teacher, so, that's sort of like a kind of parent. So, maybe Eeks might be more prepared.
It would make a better story if it was Eeks who freaks out, though, and if Outlug ends up being the mature person. Well, at least for a while. I mean, Outlug was very insistent that she didn't want to be a mom, wasn't she? So, it's not like she hadn't considered the possibility. Or, that when they made the choices that they made, what the consequences might be.
Well, Turtle, I think that you have been thinking about these ideas. And, you know, I think you are right. That will be a good bit of a story. Eeks will freak out, if only because he will be taking the idea of being a dad so seriously.
Oh yes. And I had another idea. Sorry. But, I was thinking that maybe the dad, Eeks, might be the one who stays home with the kid, to let the mom keep her career going. It just seems like something that a teacher dad would do. He could be home changing diapers while Outlug goes out to do the adventure thing. What do you think? Could we have some conflict about that? If Outlug was getting used to thinking of herself as a stay-at-home, traditional kind of mom, we could do some humor with that idea, couldn't we? I mean, what if Outlug insists on sacrificing her career? Even though she secretly hates the idea. Meanwhile, Eeks just wants to make Outlug happy, but Outlug won't agree.
Well, Turtle, I think I might be starting to see how Outlug might feel. I mean, right now. I'm feeling my own traditional role threatened. I mean, it's me that comes up with all the new story ideas. But, now, we have a new baby to worry about and suddenly you are just one story bit after another.
Well, Bunny, I'm glad that you think the ideas are worthy of consideration. But, don't worry. I am sure that it's not going to become a habit.
Well. Okay then. We have the start of a baby goblin. Or at least a young girl goblin. Yes. We still have a lot of work to do, but we will do most of that behind the scenes. So we come to the important question. What will this little baby's name be? We really do want to find a name before we make any more videos about her. Always saying little baby goblin is sort of impersonal, but also a lot of syllables. So, if you have any suggestions about baby goblin names or any other kinds of names, just write them in the comments. We have lots of things to name while we continue building our fantasy world out of stories. Anywho, it was awesome that you got this far in the video. We really do appreciate your support. And, don't forget the like and subscribe stuff. It makes us feel better about what we are doing, although, we do plan to keep building our world either way. So until next time. Behave and don't break stuff. Okay. And thank you.